Welcome to One-on-Ones Podcast with Murph and Roy, where you get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'm your host, Lewis Murphy Jr., with my co-host, Roy James Jr. Hey, man, week 3.
Week 3, we in the building. We here, Murph.
Yes, sir.
Man, a lot to talk about, man. Ready to really just get it going, get it started, and get it cracking, Murph. Let's go.
Week 3, man. What's the hottest topic, man, or what you got on the agenda for us today, Roy?
That's a great question, Murph. Man, we got a lot of great topics. The first topic in particular is the Cowboys and the Ravens, Murph. We got Dak Prescott versus Lamar Jackson in the first ever matchup between those two quarterbacks. Murph, is the Dallas Cowboys that sorry, or is the Ravens that good? I mean, what happened?
Unequivocally, without a doubt, the Baltimore Ravens are that good. Period.
0-2, they're still that good, Murph?
I don't want to hear it. I don't care about none of that. Action Jackson is back, baby. I'm telling you right now, Lamar Action Jackson, man, reigning MVP of the league last year, lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship. Of course, Patty Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP. But I'm rocking with Lamar Jackson, man. I'm rocking with the Baltimore Ravens this year. I believe they have with Derrick Henry. You said he was washed. Roy said he was washed. I told you he's not washed. 151 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. So
in his first big game of the year, but go ahead.
You said, how's that first big game? First big game.
Have he rushed for over 100 yards yet this year? I'm just asking. I don't know.
God,
Has
bro.
he?
Like, you see
I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
See what I deal with every day?
So the key is he's a big part of that team. You're right, Murph. They brought him in for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. So the first game he's had correct me if I'm wrong, Murph, he had over 100 yards rushing yesterday, and guess what? They won the game.
Man.
The two correlate, Murph. The two does correlate.
Bro.
So look up his stats. Has he had over 100 yards rushing in the first 2 games? Because it looks like he didn't, and they end up losing, right? Because you have to lead. It was a big thing about finishing. They came in the week finishing the game because they had big leads, and they blew the lead last week and the week before that. But anyway, I think the Cowboys, so you're saying it's more the Ravens.
I mean, it's
more better than the Cowboys.
Derrick Henry had 80 yards first game against the Jets with a touchdown. He had
against the Jets.
Yes.
No,
week 1.
They played the Chiefs.
No,
you mean the Ravens?
Yeah, Ravens.
They played the Chiefs week 1.
Yeah, 80 yards in a touchdown. Then week 2, who they played?
Raiders,
80 yards. And
2 L's, right?
2 L's.
2 L's.
2 L's. But then this past week, 151 yards.
And a W.
Yes. But I'm just saying, though, 80 yards ain't bad. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but you got to have over 100 yards rushing. Why? Because that controls the game. You control the tempo. You're dictating to the defense what you're going to do. And the clock's running. You can sit on the lead, could ground out the clock, wear the defense down. There's so many things when you rush for 100 yards, Murph, Derrick Henry, he's a bruiser, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, you could see at the end of the game, they barely want to tackle the man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 1,000%. But, like I said, the question was, is it so much of,
the Ravens being a better team versus the Cowboys not being a good team?
Yeah, man, I ain't worried about them Cowgirls. I ain't standing the Cowgirls.
Hold on, you was on the Cowgirls last year.
1 year out of my 37 years on this earth.
And they let you down.
And they let me down. And never, ever again will I go with the Cowboys, ever again. But like I said, man, Lamar Jackson, we had a big play out of Nelson Aguilar. Told you about Nelly Nell. Shout out to Nelson Aguilar.
He's from Tampa, right?
Florida.
Salute.
Yes, sir. And then, they do need to give him the ball more. Opposed to, 16 carries, 14 carries, then 25 carries. that's 10 more carries, than he's used to having. And he's the type of back that he's ground and pound. You get him to, he might be at 15 carries at 70 yards, but then you give him 10 more carries. Next thing you know, he did against Dallas, he ends up with 150 yards and 2 tuds. So, and I think it takes time when you have a superstar player like Derrick Henry and a superstar player like Lamar Jackson, it takes time for that to mesh and to get, into gel and to build that
chemistry.
Mm-hmm. So it takes time for that. So,
so you saying the Ravens are that good?
Without a doubt.
Without
a doubt. What are you saying?
So I I disagree, Murph. I disagree. Vehemently disagree. Why? Because the Dallas Cowboys are terrible. Here's why, Murph. They don't have a running game.
Yeah,
I don't even think they ran for over 80 yards the whole year in terms of one game.
Yeah.
Like, if you're so one-dimensional, Murph, like, how can you beat good teams, let alone be a playoff team? Like, you telling Dak basically to go win us ball games. And in this league, Murph, you can't be one-dimensional.
So Dallas is not making the playoffs?
No.
Ooh.
No. Dallas
That's a hot take.
Dallas will not make the playoffs.
Dallas won't make the playoffs?
From what we're seeing, they got a running back. They got 3 running backs they brought into that game yesterday. Mm-hmm. I don't think any one of those running backs had over 35 yards rushing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Yeah, I don't think individually any one of them had over 35 yards rushing. Mm-hmm. How can you win in the NFL and you can't even get 80 yards rushing between 3 running backs? Like, am I wrong, Murph?
Roy Ruff, boy.
I'm just being honest, Murph.
Yeah, you are.
If the truth be
That's what I
told.
love about you.
So, Cowboys fans, I'm here to tell you, y'all trash. Shout out to my boy Bubba Dub. Trash.
Shout out to D-Rob,
yeah, man.
Shout out to T-Fox, man. Y'all boy,
yeah.
That's terrible, man. Those are some friends of ours that are diehard Cowboys fans.
Sizzler, man. I see you too. My boy Cedric Battle, you a big Cowboys fan. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead and comment because I know it's coming.
So, I mean.
And then the other thing too, Murph.
Yeah.
The other thing.
Talk to me.
So, everybody know the ball's in the air, so you don't have a running game. 1, 2, when you do pass, everybody know you're going to CeeDee Lamb, right? So what do? You bracket coverage CeeDee Lamb, you double CeeDee Lamb. So you say, okay, we're taking CeeDee Lamb out the game. You got to beat me with somebody else.
I think that they can. I think it's too early to say that if they won't make it to the playoffs.
So you saw that game, Murph.
Yeah.
That's a playoff team to you?
Not right now.
Okay.
Not right now. Okay. So I agree with you on that. But I think that, CeeDee Lamb being out, contract holdout, negotiating, didn't practice, no training camp practices with Dak, and then coming in, I think they'll start cooking more. I mean, he is arguably one of the top receivers in the NFL, top 3 statistically, especially from last year. Mm-hmm. So I think they need a little more time to get back on the same page and get rolling.
Okay.
And then the defense, you saw Michael Parsons get upset yesterday. Mm-hmm. He yelling at him and Lawrence going back and forth. But because it's not all bad for Dallas too, because fourth quarter it was 28.
They made it a game.
28-6. It was 28-6. And
they fought back.
Yeah, and the Ravens they're notoriously known for giving up leads in the fourth quarter.
Letting the foot off the pedal.
Yeah, letting the foot off the gas. I think they've lost 7 games when leading in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that the Ravens do need to improve on.
On finishing, right?
Yeah, finishing right. The whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's 28-6. Go ahead and stomp them out.
No way it should come down to
28-25, coming down to a field goal, and defense having to really hold on at the end of the game. I mean, all the Ravens fans, I'm sure they had heart attacks yesterday.
Definitely did.
Blood pressure.
Here we go again.
Migraines, you know what I mean? Because they're always losing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to Dallas's defense, I would say that they showed that they can put up a fight and that they could play. Because week 1 against the Browns, they looked really well. And then
was that because the Browns' offensive line is just terrible? You saw it yesterday against the Giants.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson was back there running for his life. When he actually had time, he actually delivered the ball.
Yeah, but a win is a win, though.
A win is a win.
A win is a win in the big boy league. I mean, we'll get into some upsets this week, but they beat the Browns, and then the Saints put it on them, Dallas, smacked them, and then Ravens was coming to do the same thing, but they end up it's a moral victory going into the locker room. Like, at least we fought the second half.
For Cowboys, it's moral victory?
For the second half.
For the comeback.
Yeah, for the comeback.
Okay. They fought. They didn't just lay down.
As a coach in the locker room, he gonna stand out there and say, hey, let's get back to practice this week. Way to finish the game hard. Y'all fought. You know what I mean? Because when you got a bunch of millionaires that's on the team, bro, and if they would have let that game just slide,
They would have probably lost the locker room.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But at least they rallied back, so that was a good plus for them. So I don't think it's over yet. It's to be continued.
And I think the Ravens, they kind of made it closer than it needed to be too. To your point, Murph, because if Zay Flowers catches the onside kick, it doesn't even get this close. Why? Because you're gonna put Derrick Henry back in the game. He's gonna run the clock out, and we're going home.
Yeah.
So with them recovering that onside kick, Dallas, that was able to get
him another drive, get him another possession.
So
and bring it.
Shouldn't even been that close.
Shouldn't have been that close.
Right.
I'm with you on that.
So anyway, Murph, moving on to the next topic. The next topic, man, we're gonna talk about the biggest upsets. There were a few upsets yesterday in week 3. We just want to talk about it, Murph. Who do you have as the biggest upset? There was a lot of upsets we could talk about, but
it was a weird week. It was a weird week for football yesterday. I would definitely have to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Why?
Being beat by the 0-2 Denver Broncos.
Why would you say that's the biggest though, Murph?
Cause man, the Bucs, they're flying high, man. We just came off of beating Detroit Lions.
Right.
They beat the Detroit Lions, and then now we come back and lose to 0-2 Denver Broncos and a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. I mean,
that was a terrible loss, Murph. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm already know all the way through and through. Yeah. You know,
we was at the game too yesterday, wasn't we? Murph?
Yeah, we was at the game, man, and
we couldn't believe what we were seeing. To be honest,
yeah, man. I just don't understand not getting Mike Evans the ball. I don't, for the life of me, I don't understand it.
I know what happened.
What happened?
That quarterback that I told you was tops in the league, and you didn't agree with me. Man. I said Patrick Surtain is one of the best cornerbacks, top 5 in the NFL right now. I said that. Murph ain't believe me. What happened?
It's not that
he came to town yesterday. What he did, he latched on to Mike Evans. Mike, you my boy. I'm just saying the game plan was to not throw to that side or whoever he was guarding, clearly, because the stats show it. But anyway, go ahead, Murph.
Like, that has nothing to do with Patrick Surtain, bro. It has nothing to do with Patrick Surtain. He didn't follow Mike Evans the whole game. He stayed on one side. He didn't follow him the whole game.
I didn't say he followed the whole game.
Exactly. So, and then at the end of the day, he had 6 targets yesterday, 3 catches for 42 yards. He's a Hall of Fame wide receiver. You get Mike Evans more than 6 targets.
I agree.
He needs more like 16 targets.
I agree.
And then that's when you can say, okay, Patrick Surtain did his job or whatever. Like, no, if he had 16 targets with 3 catches. But come on, man, he was 50-50 yesterday, and he didn't guard him the entire game, man. The offense just played terrible as a whole. We only had 1 touchdown the whole day.
Man, Mike was frustrated, and you seen it.
Yeah, because he's not getting the ball.
Because he's not getting the ball, right.
Not because he was strapped. No. You was sitting up there in the suite. You already know that boy wide open. They weren't getting the ball. Pressure was getting on to him.
Okay.
The O-line wasn't holding up. So that was more the issue. Battle of field position, those types of things. So
Murph, you played in the
turnovers.
League. So look,
tight end fumbling the ball. We got receivers fumbling the ball. Come on, man.
What's the best cornerback you played against, Murph?
Champ Bailey.
Champ Bailey. Okay. So when you went into that game, right, Murph, in preparation, was the offense considering Champ Bailey and where he's going to line up or who he's guarding versus where the ball's going to go? Was that in consideration when you were game planning for Champ Bailey? It had to be, Murph.
Nah, ain't nobody worried about what I mean, it's not the fact that we not. It's more so you going to worry about pressures. You know what I'm saying? It's on the receiver's job to win their matches, to win their matchups, and it's the quarterback's job to get them the ball. They ain't get him the ball, Roy. I don't understand that. Like, they ain't get him the ball. I don't understand how. I think he went through the first half with like 1 target. Like, come on, man. You can't get a guy. You got to get a guy like that involved early and often. You got to get him the ball, man. You got to get him the ball. I mean, I like Chris Godwin. I like the other young studs they got. I like Bucky Irvin as well.
Bucky Irvin looked good.
Yeah, Bucky Irvin looked real good. But they did not. I think the Bucs are notoriously for playing down to their talent, to the level of competition.
Playing down to their competition.
Yes,
right.
The Bucs are notoriously known for playing down to their competition. They're 0-2 Denver Broncos. Like, come on,
like, man. Nobody expected that.
Come on.
A lot of survivor pools got eliminated with that one.
Come on, man.
Because a lot of people had the Bucs on that survivor pool.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you feel the issues were yesterday?
I feel the issues were
oh, no. Well, not issues, but your biggest Your biggest week
upset?
3 loss upset. Yep.
The biggest upset. Panthers over the Raiders.
Oh,
you know why? Because the Raiders were flying high. They beat your Super Bowl pick, the Ravens. Yes, they did. So the Panthers were
in the
0-2.
fourth quarter again. Fourth quarter comeback.
Another letdown in the fourth. Yeah,
another fourth quarter letdown because we was mashing the Raiders, and I love my Raiders, but they was getting mashed.
So again, the Raiders. Let me tell you what's wrong with the Raiders. Gardner Minshew is terrible, Murph.
So how is this a big upset then? Like, that's not a big upset.
It is a big upset because you just beat the Ravens, AFC contender. Supposed to be a Super Bowl contender.
Just like the Bucks. Bucks just beat Detroit Lions.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
the Panthers coming in, they threw for 85 yards last week. Like, nobody expected them to beat the Raiders after you just beat the Ravens. So it's any given Sunday, Murph. But I'm gonna tell you what. And actually, this is going to the next question. So to finish this one, the Panthers' biggest upset leads into Andy Dalton.
There's no way you could say Panthers is the biggest upset, but go ahead. That's like a 50-50 game.
50-50 game?
Raiders are good, but they not like that.
Murph.
Because of Gardner Minshew.
Murph.
He's the sole reason why. You had Max Crosby over there trying to pep them up, give them a pep talk, try to get them going. Like, they're not good. And they're good in every other position except the quarterback position. So let me rephrase that.
Hold on, no, yeah.
The Raiders are a good team, good coaching staff, but they don't have a quarterback.
Right.
So
agreed.
Yes. So the Bucks have won 4 NFC South titles. They've been deep in the playoffs. They beat Philly last year, 30-point at your Fly Eagles Fly. Get them out of here. Lost to Detroit. So they're like their team.
You know who playing week 4, right?
Their team that is suited to go deep in the playoffs. If not, make it to the Super Bowl. If not, win the Super Bowl.
Who?
Nobody has the Raiders or the Panthers picked to win in the Super Bowl. Not one.
No.
Nobody.
We're talking about the biggest upset of week 3.
That's what I'm saying. An upset means that, like, I guess an underdog beating a team that is favored.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the Raiders weren't favored like crazy over the
They were favored to win that game heavily favored.
Yeah, everybody had them picked to win, but like I said, I told you I like Andy Dalton. I told you that last year, and I picked him up in fantasy because I knew he was going to go ham.
What you saw?
Check my roster.
Let's go into the next question.
Yeah, go ahead.
The next question is Andy Dalton the answer for the Panthers? Go ahead.
Is Andy Dalton the answer? I'm a veteran guy. I like veterans, but I also like Bryce Young as a rookie. But I'm not
a rookie.
I mean, you're a rookie into your 3rd game, so technically he's not a rookie anymore. And you found that out from Levante David and Travis Benjamin themselves. They said it as well, and without even saying anything. You right or wrong? I said, hey, how long are you a rookie to TB? What he said, you're a rookie to your 3rd game, 2nd year, 3rd game. So look, now that he's not a rookie at his 3rd game, being benched, I would go with Andy Dalton. I would ride the hot hand, man. Bryce Young, man, hey. Sorry you dealt a bad hand, but the way that Andy Dalton played, it doesn't look like it's so much of, the hot hand or the line or any of that. It looks more like it's Bryce Young's fault, to be honest.
So you're saying Andy Dalton is the answer in Carolina. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, he's the answer.
I disagree with you, Murph. You know why? That's a short-term bandage for a long-term problem. So, yes, Andy Dalton can fill in for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. He may be able to fill in for the rest of the season, but he's not the long-term answer. So I disagree.
I didn't say he was that wasn't the question. Was he the long-term answer? I say is he the fix? He's the fix. He's the fix right now, without a doubt. You got to roll with Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton, people forget how good Andy Dalton was.
The question is he the answer for the Panthers? Is he the answer?
He's the answer. Yeah,
right now, but that's my response.
Yeah,
right now.
You said you switched it to long-term.
Yeah, right. He's the answer right now, but for me, long-term, he's not the answer.
Okay, that's two different questions. But
no, it's not.
Okay.
Is he the answer?
He's the answer, yes.
Okay. That's your opinion as far as that's your take. That he's the answer.
You saying he's not the answer.
My take, he's not the answer.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going back to Bryce Young?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Bryce Young, or I'm gonna find another quarterback. Matter of fact, I'm gonna draft another quarterback in the upcoming draft.
The Panthers are terrible, man. That's a debacle over there. It's a shit show for real.
I'm gonna draft another quarterback. So you got
so you go get the Shador Sanders?
Either Sanders or Quinn Ewers from Texas. I'm getting one of those two guys.
Why won't you get an O lineman? Why won't you get a left tackle? It's to protect the quarterback. That's the issue. The line is the issue. That's what's going on. Get him some weapons. Get him a running back. Get him some receivers. Get him a defense. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here?
So Chuba Hubbard ran for 114 yards yesterday.
Okay.
You know why he did that? Because they were able to pass the ball with Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
That's why he was able to rush the ball. And he actually was able to find receivers. Deontay Johnson had a big game.
Big game.
So what I'm saying to you, Murph, is the line is not so much the issue. The quarterback was the issue.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, now they got an offense. All of a sudden, now they got to run a game.
But like I said, that's why you said you going back to Bryce Young. I said I'm not going back to Bryce Young.
No, I said we're going to draft another quarterback. Either go Bryce Young or draft, and I prefer to draft another quarterback because Bryce Young is not the answer. I'm sorry. Andy Dalton's a good quarterback for spot duties like he's in now. He can get the job done better than Bryce Young, so they'll get him to the next quarterback. But, yeah. But anyway.
Andy Dalton never really did bad, though, man. Like, Andy Dalton's like he's
decent.
When he was with the Cincinnati Bengals, when they had A.J. Green and that defense with Carlos Dunlap and Reggie Nelson and Ray Malawaga, like, he's done his thing. You know what I mean?
He's been successful in this league, I would say.
Yeah, and they were in the playoffs. They were beating Pittsburgh.
He's a handy vet.
They was beating Pittsburgh. They was beating the Browns. Beating the Ravens. They were.
He's a serviceable vet.
He was a good quarterback.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
I give you that.
And quarterbacks' careers are longer than anybody else's career. So. Right. I would say that
because of the protections.
Yeah. I would say that he could potentially be a long-term fix.
Andy Dalton?
He could be.
Well, we'll see.
He could be.
So, Murph, moving on to the next question. Can Sam Darnold, the Vikings has been hot. They're 3-0, Murph. Solid defense. Can Sam Darnold lead the Vikings to the playoffs?
Can Sam Darnold lead the Vikings to the playoffs? Ooh. Boy, bro, you be coming with some questions, boy. Okay.
Shout out C behind the scenes with us.
First and foremost, congratulations to Sam Darnold, man. He's playing lights out, man. He's playing some really good ball. 53 of 78, 60, roughly 70% completions percentage, 657 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks, not turning the ball over. And they're 3-0. But I think that division, I think they're the third best team. So no. So the question was, will he be?
Will he lead them to the playoffs?
To the playoffs? Nah.
No.
I don't see him going to the playoffs.
Okay.
Because you got your boys Detroit
right.
that you like, and then Green Bay as well. Jordan Love's out, but I don't see Minnesota being better than Green Bay or Detroit. They might get Detroit because we beat Detroit. I mean,
So what you trying to say, the Bucs?
Hey.
What you trying to say, man?
And Minnesota defense is tough too, bro. Minnesota defense is tough.
Bro.
So,
That defense in Minnesota, I'm trying to tell you, Murph.
Yeah, so you think they can make the playoffs? Or?
I know so. They going to make the playoffs, Murph. Because when you got a defense like that, you got a superstar receiver, top 5 in the league, Justin Jefferson. I tried to tell Murph. Did I not? I told him about Justin. What? He's a goon. But anyway.
Still not a vet.
Anyway. So the Vikings are playing solid defense, Murph. Not Andy Dalton, I'm sorry. Sam Darnold is playing lights out, Murph. That coach, Kevin O'Connell, he knows how to coach. He knows how to call plays and scheme guys open.
So do you see all 3 teams going to the playoffs?
I actually do.
Okay.
I actually do see all 3.
I can see that.
And so you're going to have the 4 division winners.
Mm-hmm.
because there's 7 teams that make the playoffs.
Yep.
You got 4 division winners and you got 3 basically wild cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I think whoever wins the division could be the Vikings too. I mean, but probably more likely the Lions, but who knows? But it's gonna be a close division.
I like Green Bay to win.
Over the Lions?
I do. I like Green Bay to win the division.
They might not even win it over the Vikings. I'm gonna be honest, Murph.
I don't know. I just like Jordan Love.
They're gonna make the playoffs though.
Jordan Love, bro. He learned from Aaron Rodgers, so I just wouldn't count him out.
I told you about Love last year, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. And now you saying that he can't win the division?
I didn't say he can't. I'm saying they won't.
Okay.
Detroit
ain't showed me too much against the Bucs.
I mean, it's still early, Murph. The one thing you can say is when they play again, if and when they play again, it's gonna be a tough one. But now
we'll be ready.
But I will say
we'll be ready.
I say we the Bucs, we got the recipe to beat them. I'll say that. But we need it. That means we gotta have a healthy Vita Vea.
Yeah. Vita be back this week.
But
Vita be back this week against them Fly Eagles, against your Fly Eagles fly.
But Murph, Sam Darnold. Let me get back to Sam Darnold.
Go ahead.
Sam Darnold has led the Vikings to, as we know, a 3-0 record, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is peppering Justin Jefferson with targets.
Yeah, he getting him the rock.
Peppering Jefferson with targets.
That 98-yarder was nice last week. Well,
man, against the 49ers,
yep.
He dropped back. Man, Darnold was in the end zone.
Yeah, whoop your bullies on the block.
Let it fly. 97. But anyway,
on the block.
But yeah, I like what Darnold's doing, man. Kevin O'Connell, head coach, calling the plays, pretty much offensive coordinator too. He has Darnold looking like the second coming of
Kirk Cousins.
No.
Look, you don't like Kirk? I mean, Kirk was good with the Vikings.
Kirk was good. But no, he got to look like a little bit of Kirk Cousins though. I'm gonna be honest. He got to looking like Kirko back there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Murph. So but yeah, the Vikings, the defense, man, they beat up on the 49ers. They beat up on the high flying Houston Texans.
Boy, listen, and you hound CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud gonna be all right.
Yeah,
he gonna be all right.
Losing Joe Mixon, huh? Killed them run game.
You see what I'm saying, Murph?
Yep.
So that shows you, Murph,
the run game. I'm all about run game. That's why I don't like watching college because it's all shotgun. I just you got to get up on the center, man. You got to run the ball, dog. That's why I just don't like watching college football, bro, because they do 90% of their snaps are in the gun, and it's just not real. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what about high school? High school,
same thing. That's why I don't like it, bro. Like you got to get in 12 and 21 personnel, get under center. You got to run the ball. Like you got to run the ball, and it's like. I just don't understand the thought process of like doing RPOs, 4th and 1, shotgun. Like, come on, man. You already snapping the ball 3, 4, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and then trying to run from the 5 yards back all the way to the line of scrimmage and get 1 yard. You got to run 6 yards instead of 1.
A 1 yard run, you making it a 7-yard run.
7-yard run, bro. It just doesn't make sense. I just think that's the amateurism of college football and high school. Like it just doesn't make sense.
I agree with that, Murph. Like if you on the 1 yard line, why are you in shotgun? Even a 2 yard line, like why are you in shotgun?
Yeah, or 4th and 2.
So I agree with you on that.
You know, so that's why I just lost my thought. What was we just talking about?
No, we were just talking about Sam Darnold and the offense. And, we talked about
Joe Mixon in the run game. Houston Texans, that's what it was. So CJ Stroud need a run game, bro. He needs a run game to be successful, bro. They're gonna pin their ears back and they're gonna come get you or sit back in coverage. However they defensive coordinator feels like doing it. You know, if you don't have a run threat,
right,
bro, they either come you don't know what the defense is gonna do. You know,
Dallas.
They're gonna come at you. Yeah. You know, they could blitz you. They could back up and play coverage and just keep everything in front of them, keep it short, but with no play action, no rollout, it's tough, bro. Tough. Especially when you don't have no running back. They respect him back there.
Right. No, I agree with you, man. So yeah, we're gonna move right along, Murph. We're gonna switch it up a little bit, Murph. We're gonna bring a little bit of culture into our conversation.
Well, it's still Super Bowl. Well, it's football.
So one of the things we're gonna do, Murph and I, we're gonna start from every once in a while. We're gonna mix culture with sports. So. In this next question, we're talking about the Super Bowl. As everybody knows, the Super Bowl is coming to New Orleans next year. in February 2025, and there has been a big controversy around the Super Bowl halftime performer, and the performer is Kendrick Lamar. But a lot of people think it should have been Lil Wayne. Murph, what you think about that? Do you think Lil Wayne should have been in New Orleans, hometown?
I'm gonna let you answer that one first, Roy, because you CEO, money sign CEO. So.
Hey, Lil Wayne, New Orleans, the block is hot. You gotta have Lil Wayne at the Super Bowl in New Orleans. You gotta have Lil Wayne, Murph.
Got to?
Yeah, because he's an icon. He's one of the probably the best rapper alive. Like, if you the best rapper alive,
he's not best rapper over Jay-Z, but
man, best rapper alive. You heard what I said.
So who y'all like, Jay-Z or Lil Wayne? Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you
Jay-Z or Lil Wayne. But anyway, no. But the question is, Murph, should Lil Wayne have been selected as a halftime performer? I think he should be. That's a little disrespectful, Murph. I'm an icon in this city. I'm a legend in this city. But man, Lil Wayne got murals. I was just in New Orleans a couple weeks ago. Yep. Lil Wayne got murals on buildings, bro. Like icon.
Yeah, you wasn't in though recently. Yeah. I mean, I love New Orleans, man, but I'm be honest, bro. I don't think he should have been. I don't think Lil Wayne should have been headlining the Super Bowl.
Why?
He's not hot right now. Bro, this dog, y'all old behinds, bro, got to get off these like.
I didn't say he wasn't.
I'm just saying like this, especially like this generation, like our generation.
What generation?
I'm saying our generation, bro. Like it's these younger guys' time, man. It's these younger kids' time.
Kendrick Lamar,
he hot.
But you saying
he hot?
He ain't no younger.
He hot.
He
though.
Up there with us.
Nah, he younger than us. He younger than us.
How old is Kendrick Lamar? He in his 30s, right?
He probably in his 30s.
Yeah,
early 30s.
We in our 30s.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is though, who's hotter right now? To the younger generation, Kendrick Lamar or Lil Wayne?
Yeah, because he got a little diss record against Drake. That okay. He just got hot this summer or whenever he came out with that. That's when he got hot.
Just got hot. Kendrick been hot, right? Kendrick been hot.
What? Was Kendrick relevant before the Drake beef? Let's be honest. On a national scale, to be halftime headliner. Let's be real now.
I mean, we ain't heard nothing from Drake. He put Drake in a box. That boy put Drake in a box. Boy, you talking about the hottest rapper at the time. You can't even say Drake hot right now.
Drake's on
the run. You know what I'm saying?
Some cats don't even want to listen to Drake right now.
I know, like Kendrick, man, bro. Kendrick don't want a lot of Grammys. You know, he's put in his work now. Don't do that now.
No, I'm not saying that. He don't put in his work now.
He don't put in his work.
Artists. I will say that.
You know,
but New Orleans, Murph.
But this is my thing. Everything with Jay-Z, they talking about Jay-Z and the beef and all that, man. I think
they said Jay-Z has something to do with the Kendrick Lamar selection.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying he chose. They're saying Jay-Z chose Kendrick Lamar, right? And there's been other sources that have come out and said that Jay-Z's chosen like the last 4 or 5 Super Bowl, even the one in L.A. when they had Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige.
So in L.A. you bring out Dr. Dre, but then you can't bring out Lil Wayne in New Orleans?
But it ain't historically. It hasn't been that though, because the year before that Rihanna performed in the Super Bowl, and then the year before I think it was The Weeknd or Bruno Mars.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it hasn't been.
Oh, this city, this artist.
Yeah, this city. Like okay, perfect example. The last time the Ravens won the Super Bowl was in New Orleans, and Beyonce was the halftime artist. Right. Beyonce's not from New Orleans. Right. She's from Houston. Right. Whitney Houston, I don't know where she performed at for the Super Bowl, but she was performing, for the Super Bowl.
In Tampa in 1990.
Could have been in Tampa. Whitney Houston's not from Tampa. Right. So Michael Jackson as well. Some of these the big artists, who's else performed? Maroon 5 and all.
So you're saying the artists don't necessarily have to be from that city?
No, man. The artists don't have to be from that city to perform. So I don't think that I think they're making it something more than what it actually is.
It's
that's
a respect
what I think.
Thing, Murph.
Man,
it's like if you an icon in your city, right? And they bring, the Super Bowl. That's a worldwide event. But
I am an icon in my city though. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, but if you was an artist,
I'm with you, dog.
You are.
Take that. I'm humbly spoken.
You are. But we're talking about music in this regard. You see what I'm saying? So like if you musically if you got a Super Bowl coming to your city, bro, and you the hottest or a legend as far as music is concerned, wouldn't you feel a little slighted if the Super Bowl is coming to St. Pete?
Bro, I
and
just
you're
don't.
one of the biggest artists in the world.
I mean, now that they're making it a thing, then I could see that. But the Super Bowl done been in Miami multiple times. Hell, we went to the Super Bowl in Miami. We went down there. You know what I'm saying? So, and Rick Ross didn't perform. Trick Daddy didn't perform. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can you say that?
But Lil Wayne is in a different
level. He's different
Right.
stratosphere. But I just don't see, like, okay, the Super Bowl was in New York. I went to the Super Bowl in New York, right? Jay-Z didn't perform.
Did a New York artist perform?
No, I don't believe so. That was in 2013 Super Bowl, like 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Yeah. So it's like it hasn't been. I just don't like. I just.
Keys. I thought somebody a New York artist did perform. I think at halftime. If I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong.
I just don't. It's never really been a thing though.
Right.
It hasn't been a thing. So I think people in social media and the hip hop culture, they're making it a thing when it really doesn't have to be a thing. Because Kendrick Lamar right now, yes, he's hot right now. I personally like Drake over Kendrick Lamar. Me personally, I'll listen to Drake over Kendrick Lamar.
Me too. I think he has more appealing songs and records. I think Drake is a more talented artist. He could sing, he could rap.
Yeah,
you know
what I mean, and I don't like that they're beefing because they made some songs together too. That was good.
Right. You think that was a predetermined like beef? Or was it a natural beef?
I don't know, man. I don't get into all that, but from what I hear and everything, I mean, I don't know. I think they really genuinely don't like each other.
Okay.
I think there's been some stuff that's happened. Far as you can read, because it's sources and all that, man. I'm big on sources. Like, where'd you get the source from?
Right,
where did that come from? Right. And now, in this day and age, people take a lie and run with it. Right. You know what I mean? People just take lies and run with it and make the lie the truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like
that's big.
So I don't know what's going on, bro. So I kind of am hesitant and reserved on those types of opinions. But to say that, wherever the Super Bowl is next year. Where is the Super Bowl next year? Do we have that?
I'm not sure where it is going to be next year. But to finish this discussion, you're saying just because the Super Bowl is in whatever city, it doesn't necessarily mean the biggest artist should be performing at halftime. That's what you're saying.
The biggest artist from that city.
From that city.
Doesn't need to perform. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, So.
I disagree. I think certain situations, like I said before, Murph, certain situations like Lil Wayne in New Orleans should be in consideration. But again, that's a debate that we want to hear from y'all. What's y'all take?
Okay.
Do y'all think Lil Wayne should have been at the halftime, been the halftime performer in the next Super Bowl in New Orleans? We want to hear from y'all.
And then another impromptu. Okay, so that's 2025 New Orleans.
Right.
So in 2026, the Super Bowl will be at the Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, San Francisco. So who should perform there? E40?
Yeah. E40. Yeah.
E40 from Oakland, though.
Oh, that's the Bay Area.
Man, he from Oakland, not from San Francisco. Is that the Bay Area? He not from San Francisco.
Is that the Bay Area?
I mean, it is the Bay.
Okay.
It is the Bay. But so now you got E40. Who else? Like, Too Short?
Too Short, yeah. No, that's not going to happen. But, yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Bro, come on, man.
I feel what you're saying.
Who's the hottest California artist right now?
You just said it, Kendrick Lamar.
So they could have held him off and did him in San Fran.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but yeah.
Why, he wouldn't have been hot next year?
He hot.
You say he hot?
I mean, I say you got to put some respect on his name. You got to put some respect on his name. I ain't, they play that song. They play that junk hot, bro. Like,
bro, when he in Toronto,
yeah,
it's bad when they playing that in Toronto.
That's crazy how they do. Hey, Drake, man, much love, bro. I mess with you, Drake, bro. Drake got way more hits than Kendrick, bro.
Yes,
I don't care about none of that.
Hey, but listen,
especially him in Future.
So that was Murph. So that was a great discussion on culture mixed with sports.
Yeah,
and we're gonna touch on those every once in a while, culture and sports, man, because
without a doubt,
it's sometimes they overlap.
Oh, and another thing, I'm sorry, Roy, we gotta do this, dog. We've been meaning to do this, want to do this. Roy's rookie watch list.
Murph, I've been telling you about this boy, Malik Neighbors.
Ooh,
he is
I like
that guy. He is that guy.
Give us some background on Malik Neighbors, Roy.
Man, Malik Neighbors came from LSU.
Okay.
Who was his quarterback, Murph?
Who?
Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
And who was his other receiver across from him? Brian Thomas Jr., Jacksonville Jaguars. Murph,
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you, Malik Neighbors, he is a target hog. He is a playmaker.
So out of all the rookies right now, that's that rookie right there. So he's up for rookie of the year?
Without a doubt, Murph.
Without a doubt. Okay.
He probably gonna win rookie of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
do y'all agree with Roy's rookie watch list?
Malik Neighbors, the only other rookie that has a chance, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Ooh. I was about to say.
Boy. Because Marvin Harrison Jr. has a slightly better quarterback. No, I wouldn't say slightly a better quarterback.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Kyler Murray's better than, I said slightly. Let me take that all the way back. He's way better than Daniel Jones. Mm-hmm. But Daniel Jones quietly doing okay. He did good yesterday against Cleveland. Mm-hmm. You know why he's doing okay? Because he got Neighbors. That's why he's doing okay. It ain't because of him. It's because of Neighbors. But anyway, so you got Malik Neighbors. You got, I said, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Now save him, Roy, because every week we're going to give you Roy's rookie watch list, man, on who top rookies that are coming out that came out in the draft, because Roy's big on the draft, and we'll give you a rookie to watch out for, add them to your fantasy team. If not, if you might already have them.
Well, I got the rookies. You got the vet. Who's the vet to watch out for, Murph?
Ooh. Right now, top of the dome, impromptu. I'm going to say vet to watch. Oh, I got two on my mind, but I'm gonna
remember your definition of vets now, Murph. You talking about 6, 7 years.
Yeah, you got to be at least 7 years to be a vet. 7 years to be a vet.
Y'all hear this?
Right
7
now,
years.
The hottest vet to watch right now will be Andy Dalton. I'm gonna go Andy Dalton.
Y'all hear this? Is Andy Dalton the hottest vet to watch right now?
I'm just saying, as far as trending topic, Roy, this is my list. This not a debate.
All right. You said
it's not a debate. It's not a debate. I could have easily went Marvin Harrison Jr. and debated you. I'll let you have your shine. Yeah, I'll let you have your shine. This is my shine moment, bro. Let me show we practicing something, y'all here. Immersed vets. Roy's rookies, all right? This is not a debate part of the show.
Okay.
All right? This is going more so of who y'all should watch out for. You know what I'm saying? As a vet, I'm going with Andy Dalton. You know what I'm saying? To watch out, to see. I mean, he just threw for 350 yards. 2 touchdowns. He beat the Raiders. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it was I was going to go, to be honest, it was two to really watch. It's really because I'm for fans that know, that have been paying attention, some of y'all know, I'm for veterans getting more years on their contract. You know, I know that it's a young man's game, but have been in the position of being a vet and they saying, hey, we'll take these practice squad guys and, you know, pay 2 practice squad guys for the price of 1. It's disheartening. But now they have the new IR list. I could have got 3 more years, but the way they got IR now, you know, you could like they hired Sterling Shepard on the Bucs team because he was on. They put him on.
Now they got a vet practice squad.
That's what I mean. Not our vet practice squad. I
didn't know that. Wow, that's newer.
Yeah, they got the vet practice squad. So I'm all for seeing vets because, like, I'm just gonna drop some names out there. You got Tyrann Mathieu, all right. You got Derrick Henry. I'm just going to give you those 2 right there. But right now, at the top of my list right now to watch, we got to see, because we got to see what Andy Dalton does.
Derrick Henry, Murph?
No, the reason why is because it's interesting.
Derrick
It's
Henry,
a watch
boy.
list. The reason, that's my boy. The reason why Andy Dalton is on the watch list because if he has 2-3 bad games, do you go back to Bryce Young? And I think and Roy already said he'll go back to him. So
why? Why did I say go back to him? Because in my opinion, he's not the long-term answer.
Yes, he's not the long-term answer. So I agree with that. You know what I mean? So that's why we got Andy Dalton as my Merce vet watch list. I'm going to watch Andy Dalton, you know, just to put y'all.
He did say that too. He's like, before the game, he was like, I picked him up on my fantasy team.
Yeah, dog.
I got something. I got a feeling about Andy Dalton. I got to give it to him. He was right.
And I should have played him over Deshaun Watson.
But Watson still got you 20.
He got me 20, but Andy Dalton got 33.
Man, you still won though, right?
Yeah, I still won, but I'm just saying though,
you got more points for the week.
We have more points for the week.
The points kind of be the tiebreaker.
At the end?
Close, yeah.
For real?
Yeah, it's whoever scored the
most points. If you tied. Okay. So
some of these got different tiebreakers,
different rules.
But that's one of the popular tiebreakers.
All right, cool, man. Well, that's been a great show, guys, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in to One-on-Ones podcast with Murph and Roy, where you get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We'll catch y'all next week, week 4.
Like, comment, subscribe on social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, all that.
One-on-Ones.
Salute.